Hi guys, I'm Ashish and this is my channel Medico Academy India, and today I'm going to present 25 questions which is very important for the medical physiology entrances. So as you all know guys, this class has been scheduled on 23rd of March, but now it has been delayed. So first of all I would like to convey my sorry to you all. And the another important thing is these questions are very important. As you all know, the institution like AIMS does not have any previous year question on the website. So there is no information of syllabus, I can say ki specific syllabus, and there is no any mentioned of the previous year question or sample question, you can say. So it becomes very important to practice the questions accordingly with the examination. So guys, I am here to present all the 25 questions which is from the different parts of the physiology, like all 8 systems. It will be covered hemodynamics and basic physiology like muscle physiology and action potential, all will be covered. And these are very important. I can say ki 5 to 10 questions are very important which may be asked in the examination. So guys, please focus. And as you all know, I have given tips about the physiology exam that you have to remember the values. Like if I am saying the stroke value, you have to know what is the stroke value, exact stroke volume. So guys, let's begin the topic and let's begin the question number 1. I'll give you 5 seconds and count in your own, like in your heart and in your mind, and then answer them. I'll give you the explanation of the question, answer, and the answer key. So guys, first is what is the resting membrane potential of neurons. So guys, if you are talking about the resting membrane potential, just answer in your own, like answer in your own mind. So guys, the value is plus 70. Plus 70 can't be the resting membrane potential, because resting membrane potential is in the minus, in the negative. As you will go through the next equation says that ki for positive ion it will be negative and for negative ion it will be positive. Here what happens, the resting membrane potential is decided by the sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium. So what happens, these all are positive ions. Positive ions has negative values. So plus 90 and plus 70 is just eradicate out from the answer. So minus 70 will be the answer. So guys, what about minus 90? Minus 90 is the value which is the resting membrane potential of some muscle like cardiac muscle. And remember 3 values of the resting membrane potential. Resting membrane potential for muscle, that is cardiac muscle, resting membrane potential for skeletal muscle, resting membrane potential for neuron, and resting membrane potential for SA node and Purkinje fibers. All these 4 are very important. Please remember all the action potentials of these 4 ions. Like minus 90 is the value for cardiac muscle, you can say, and minus 40 to 50, minus 40 to 60 is the range of SA node. So guys, please remember all these 4. So guys, let's begin with the second question. This is very simple. Intercalated discs are found in the which muscle? Is the key property of which muscle? So guys, answer is like cardiac muscle. And you can imagine what happens in the contraction of cardiac muscle. In the contraction of cardiac muscle, what happens? There is a synchronization. Synchronization is like you can say is a all or none phenomenon. If a single muscle is going to contract, then the vicinity muscles will also be like in the mode of contraction. This happens due to intercalated disc. Intercalated means interrelated, you can say. When we are talking about interrelated is the term with cardiac muscle. So guys, the answer is cardiac muscle. So first I will preview about all the muscle. A skeletal muscle is a kind of what? Voluntary muscle. These are present in the intermuscular joints, muscle bone joint, where you are needing the movement like hand, limb, etc. And cardiac muscle, as you all know, is found in the heart, and the smooth muscles are in the visceral things. It is associated with the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic means involuntary muscle movement where is required. These muscles are present. So guys, the answer is B, cardiac muscle. So guys, the third question is patch clamp method was discovered by. So guys, first of all, if you are not knowing what is patch clamp method, the patch clamp method is a method to record the membrane potential. What happens? There are two electrodes, one is indifferent and one is the different. That is the peculiar. So what happens? One electrode, that electrode is very microscopic, you can say, and these muscles are kept on the, like, in the extracellular muscle, and another one is kept inside the muscle, and then what happens? The potential difference between these extracellular and intracellular matrix is recorded, and this technique is known as patch clamp method. Patch clamp method was discovered by Sekman and Neher, Bernard, Peter de Mello, or Walter Cannon. Which one answer is correct? You answer in your own mind. Answer is A, Sekman and Neher. What about Bernard? Bernard, as you all know, Bernard has given the term what? Homeostasis, which was discovered by the Cannon. And Peter de Mello has nothing importance. This is a random thing I have given on my mind. So guys, the answer is Sekman and Neher. Which set of neurotransmitters are inhibitory? This is very important question. You have to remember all the inhibitory and stimulatory action of all the neurotransmitters present at the synapses. So guys, first one is glutamate and serotonin. Second is serotonin and norepinephrine, glutamate and norepinephrine, GABA and serotonin. So answer the question. So guys, the answer will be like glutamate and serotonin. Here what happens? Glutamate is excitatory and serotonin is inhibitory. Serotonin again is inhibitory and norepinephrine is excitatory. Glutamate again is excitatory and norepinephrine again is excitatory. And GABA and serotonin, that is the answer number D, is the only correct answer where the two neurotransmitters are inhibitory. So the answer is D. So guys, the question number 5, which is not true for sickle cell anemia. As I have said you that 90 questions are asked in the examination, and all the 90 questions are not from the same discipline, same system. Same, you can say all the 8 systems I am saying about the physiology. There are many questions which are from the peripheral syllabus like cell bio, mol bio, genetics, and these questions sum up like of 20 questions. So guys, prepare accordingly for that 20 questions, and this is from genetics and has physiological importance, so it is here. So guys, what about the sickle cell anemia? First is single nucleotide polymorphism in beta globin gene. This is exactly true. GAG is converted to GTG. It is also true. Glutamate is substituted by valine. This is also true. So the incorrect answer, you have to choose the incorrect answer. Please don't forget to read questions very carefully, because sometimes not and incorrect are confused with the correct or the misconfusing term. These are misconfusing term, not and incorrect. They'll ask to make you like fault. So guys, the answer is D, because it is autosomal recessive, not X-linked recessive. So guys, the question number 6 is, which is the most abundant intracellular mineral? So the option number A is sodium, B is calcium, C is potassium, and D is chlorine. If you are going to remember, you have to exclude out the question like answer number A and D, because wherever the sodium is present, chloride ion will be present to what? To neutralize the effect of sodium. So guys, sodium chloride is like together excluded from the answer, and calcium is not like the abundant in any form in any extracellular or intracellular matrix. But what happens here? The potassium becomes the right answer, because potassium is present abundantly in the intracellular mineral. But what about the extracellular matrix? If they ask which is the extracellular abundant mineral, then you have to answer A, that is sodium, not the chlorine. So the sodium is the abundant extracellular mineral and potassium is the abundant intracellular mineral. This question is from the general physiology. So guys, what is the pH of blood? This is very important questions and many times they have asked. So answer in your own, like the A is 7.4, B is 6.8, C is 7.0 and D is 7.8. So guys, here the direct answer is 7.4, because as you all know, blood is what? Alkaline, and alkaline not so alkaline like 7.8, but it is somewhat alkaline, that is 7.4, but it ranges from 7.35 to 7.45. And this might be due to heparin. Heparin is, you know, is rich in lysine and arginine, so it might be, I'm not sure, but it might be the reason. So guys, 8. Which blood group people are universal acceptor? First of all, you have to know O is the universal donor, and specifically what? O negative is universal donor. Why? Because O negative has no antigen like Rh antigen. So what happens? It is able to donate to any of the blood group. But what about the counterpart, that is universal recipient or universal acceptor? Universal acceptor is AB positive. AB positive has antigen, Rh antigen, and it becomes universal acceptor. So guys, remember like this: O negative has no antigen, so it can donate to anyone, because no antigen, no reaction, so it can donate to everyone. And counterpart is AB positive, not AB negative, because negative सब कुछ change कर दो, means कि everything will be reversed. O is replaced with AB and minus will be reversed with positive. So what here? AB positive. Remember like this. So guys, which is the mainly responsible for contraction of gallbladder? So it's very direct question from the gastroenterology. So guys, A is CCK, that is cholecystokinin, B is bile, C is pepsin, and D is gastrin. So what? Here, what they have asked, mainly responsible for contraction of gallbladder. So you have to remember cholecystokinin, that is CCK, is responsible for contraction of gallbladder. Orbax Plexus. Orbax Plexus is found in which part of the alimentary canal? So guys, first of all, if you are going to study the anatomy of the alimentary canal, there are 4 layers. What? Mucosa, submucosa, from internal to external I am telling. Muscularis, and muscularis again have 2 things like circular muscle and the longitudinal muscle area, and then the D, serosa. Serosa is the outermost, like you can say about toward the environment, you can say in general, but not like touching the environment, but toward the environment. And mucosa toward the gut. So guys, what about the answer? Orbax plexus and myenteric plexus. These 2 plexus are found in the enteric nervous system. Enteric nervous system is again called the third brain of the human. So guys, second brain of the human. So guys, what about the Orbax plexus? Orbax plexus, सबसे पहले you have to know it is mesenteric plexus. And how you are going to study? See, the myenteric plexus and mesenteric plexus. Mesenteric plexus, Mesenter's plexus is Orbax plexus. Mesenter's and myenteric. Myenteric, myo means muscle. What? Muscle. Myo will be found in the muscularis. And here Mesenter's, that is Orbax plexus, is found in the submucosa. You can, it will be very funny if I'll tell you, but it makes you remember the thing. Submucosa, I have remembered how you just relate. Submucosa and Mesenter's plexus. Mesenter's means maza, and submucosa means subway. ठीक. So if I am going subway is, you know, the thing you are is a small kind of restaurant in all over India. Subway में मजा, that is submucosa में Mesenter's. So guys, this kind of funny things. If you are going to learn, then then you have to do these funny things. I mean to remember all the things. So Mesenter's में what? Submucosa में Mesenter's, subway में मजा. ठीक है. So answer is B. So guys, 11. Acrosome is modified version of which cell organelle? So first one is mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, vacuole, and lysosome. So guys, there are 2 confusing things. Mitochondria can't be, because it is found in the neck region of the sperm, and vacuole, I hope you will not answer, because vacuole has no importance in the at the apex of the sperm. So guys, lysosome and Golgi apparatus, these 2 are confusing terms which are frequently confused by the people and frequently confused by the aspirants. So guys, lysosome, how it is confused, because they know that hydrolases are present. Hydrolases is kind of like, you can say, dissolving enzyme, and this will dissolve the ova. But this is not correct, so don't confuse with lysosome. Again, I am saying the correct answer is B, that is acrosome is a modified version of Golgi apparatus. So B is the correct answer. 12 is inhibin inhibits secretion of which of the following hormone? LH, FSH, estrogen, testosterone. So guys, first of all, this is very direct question and you have to answer B, that is FSH. Maximum amount of water filtered by kidney in one day, very important and very frequently asked question. 120 liter, 180 liter, 90 liters and 150 liters. So guys, the answer is 180 liter per day, because if you are going to multiply the renal filtration rate, that is GFR is what? 120 ml. 120 ml. Now you just what you do, just multiply it with the 1 day में जितने दिन होते हैं, 1 day में जितने hours minutes होते हैं, you can convert it easily and just answer, just calculate. It will be like 180 liter per day. So guys, maximum water reabsorption occur in which part of the nephron? PCT, loop of Henle, DCT and collecting duct. Which one? So guys, I am just like splitting this off. Like PCT has what? Brush border cells. You all remember brush border cells. Then these brush border cells have like kind of villi that is important for the reabsorption of water. So remember this way, PCT is the place, is the site in the nephron where the maximum water reabsorption occur because of those brush border cells. So and here makes two questions, like where is brush border cells situated, and the second one is maximum water reabsorption. For these two, both two will be the answer PCT. Fine. So A is the correct answer. So guys, juxtaglomeralar apparatus secrete. This is very confusing term, confusing like renin and renin, very frequently confusing question asked in the examinations. So guys, what about renin? What about renin and double N wala renin? So guys, renin, question number 15 and answer is A, that is RENIN, renin, not RENNIN. So guys, what is renin? RENNIN. Renin is an enzyme which is found in the, like you can say, the feeding baby, is present in the feeding baby, not in the adult. Renin, RENNIN, that is I am talking about the B. So the correct answer is A, angiotensinogen. Angiotensinogen is a plasma protein which is secreted by what? Which is secreted by liver. And D is the aldosterone which is secreted by adrenaline. So guys, question number 16, which neurotransmitter is responsible for Parkinson's disease? Just answer this. Increase in GABA, increase in serotonin, increase in dopamine, decrease in dopamine. So guys, how to remember this question? Answer is D, decrease in dopamine. But how can you remember increase and decrease? See, what happens in Parkinson's disease in the basal ganglia, like you can say ki the substantia nigra region and pallidus globus pallidus. What happens in these two regions? There is a kind of neurodegeneration. And what happens if neurodegeneration occur? Then dopamine secretion will reduce. So first of all, you have to remember that Parkinson's disease is a kind of neurodegenerative disease. And what happens if neurons are damaged? Then what happens? Decrease in the dopamine occurs. So guys, the answer is D. So guys, the cerebellum has its role in thinking, primary motor function, coordination of movement, memory and emotion. Answer. So first of all, A is thinking. Thinking is a part of cerebrum, not the cerebellum. Motor function is also again the part of parietal cortex of the cerebrum. Again, the coordination of movement is the part of cerebellum. It is the correct answer. Cerebellum is the area in the brain, the part of the brain which has its role in coordination of movement. So guys, what about the memory and emotion? So first of all, memory, if they ask, that is the role of the hippocampus, and emotion, amygdala. which of the following neuron in an autonomic nervous system is not cholinergic? Very, very important in, like you can say, from MSc Physiology to MD Physiology to PhD. In all the exams, this is very important questions. So, answer number A is preganglionic sympathetic, postganglionic sympathetic, preganglionic parasympathetic, postganglionic parasympathetic. So guys, nothing to worry. Here you have to what to do. You have to memorize the answer. So guys, the answer is B, postganglionic sympathetic neuron. In preganglionic sympathetic, preganglionic parasympathetic, and postganglionic parasympathetic, all these are like cholinergic, and only the postganglionic sympathetic is where the norepinephrine is released instead of what? Acetylcholine. All the three, acetylcholine is released. So guys, dash is secreted by pars media of the pituitary gland. So first of all, if I'll talk about the pituitary gland is the physis. Pituitary gland is called physis, and hypothalamus is called hypophysis, as you all know. So physis has three parts. One is adenohypophysis, that is anterior pituitary. Second is neurohypophysis, that is posterior pituitary, and the septum like thing is found in the like intervening, you can say, but the falling in the what? Adenohypophysis is pars media. Pars media, you can say the median between the what? Neurohypophysis and adenohypophysis. So guys, pars media secretes mainly what? First of all, neurohypophysis, that is posterior pituitary, is in direct control with what? The nuclei of the hypothalamus. So what they secrete? They secrete two hormones, that is oxytocin and vasopressin. I am talking about the neurohypophysis, that is posterior pituitary. All the other hormones are secreted by the adenohypophysis except for MSH. MSH is secreted by the pars media of the anterior pituitary. You can say anterior pituitary because I said that anterior pituitary may what? The pars media is falling. So guys, the correct answer is MSH. LH and FSH are both secreted from the what? The anterior pituitary, that is adenohypophysis. Oxytocin is the hormone of what? The neurohypophysis, that is posterior pituitary, but MSH is only the secretion of pars media. So B is the correct answer. So guys, Cohen's disease is due to excessive secretion of what? So guys, there are three kinds of disease which you have to study when you are studying endocrinology of the adrenals. So adrenals releases mainly three hormones. If I'm talking about the endocrine part, then what? The first is the aldosterone, that is mineralocorticoids, is a kind of mineralocorticoids. Second is the glucocorticoids, and most abundant glucocorticoid is cortisol. And the third is the what? They secrete some sex hormones. So guys, what happens here? So adrenaline and noradrenaline are not endocrine hormones, they are like a non-endocrine part. So guys, what happens here? So aldosterone is the mineralocorticoid. If they are secreted in hyper amount, then what happens? Then there will be Cohen's disease. So guys, what about cortisol? Suppose excessive secretion of what? The aldosterone causes Cohen's disease. What about the excessive secretion of cortisol, or you can say glucocorticoids? So guys, if glucocorticoids are secreted in excess amount, then what happens? Then the disease is called Cushing's syndrome. Cushing's disease. Again, the Cushing's disease and Cushing's syndrome are different. So you have to mark Cushing's disease, not the Cushing's syndrome. So guys, what about the secretion of both? Like if you can say ki both aldosterone and cortisol are secreted in excessive amount, then the disease comes in play is Addison's disease. Addison's means, you can say, remember in this way ki addition means addition of both aldosterone and cortisol, both have increased secretion. So guys, the question number 21 tells you about which of the following is not an amine hormone. Answer is A, that is vasopressin. Vasopressin is what? Peptide hormone, epinephrine, norepinephrine and thyroxine. These all are what? These all are amine hormones. Amine means you can say amino acid derivatives. So guys, the answer is A, that is vasopressin, which is the peptide hormone. What is stroke volume of human heart? Very easy. 50 ml, 60 ml, 70 ml, 80 ml. 70 ml is the answer, that is answer is C. 23. P wave in the ECG denotes. Very important. All the waves and its like counterpart means I can say counterpart action is very important. So atrial depolarization, ventricular depolarization, arterial repolarization, ventricular repolarization. First of all, depolarization means what? Means contraction, and repolarization means what? Diastole, you can say. So arterial systole, is the what? Arterial systole happens in the P wave. So the answer is A, that is atrial depolarization. So guys, just remember here that depolarization means what? Systole, and systole means what? Contraction. Again, repolarization means what? Diastole, and diastole means relaxation. So what happens? Arterial contraction occurs when the P waves start. So guys, arterial depolarization is the answer, that is A. What is the anatomical dead space in human respiratory system? There are two kinds of dead space, anatomical and physiological. They are somewhat similar in values, but what is physiological is very important to understand. Physiological, anatomical, first of all I would like to know what is anatomical dead space. Anatomical dead space is the air which is trapped from all the tubes, like from upper bronchiole toward the lower, like upper bronchi to the lower bronchioles. But if alveoli are involved, like if we are talking about the air trapped in the alveoli plus air trapped in the tubes like bronchiole and bronchi, then what happens? This is called physiological. Physiological means the air trapped in the alveoli plus the tubes, upper respiratory. But only if upper respiratory are considered, then what happens? Then it tells the anatomical dead space. For both, the value is very similar, like 150 ml. So here you have to remember 150 ml is the anatomical dead space or the general dead space. Which of the following mainly and solely causes inspiration? Very important. Again, even the regulation of, like you can say, the respiratory system is very important for the point of view of examination. So guys, please go through all these four are the main like respiratory group or respiratory centers, you can say, in the brain, which is responsible for the regulation of the respiration. So please go through it. So the question is the inspiration control system in the brain. So guys, first of all I would like to tell you the medulla and pons. These are two areas where the control system of the respiration occur. Mainly you can say the what? Medulla. Medulla has many regions except for pneumotaxic center. Pneumotaxic means the region in the pons spheroli, and all these three are situated in the what? Medulla. So guys, dorsal respiratory group, ventral respiratory group, pneumotaxic center, pre-Bolzinger complex. First of all, you will exclude pre-Bolzinger complex. Why? Because it maintains rhythm, not that just causes the inspiration. So guys, pneumotaxic center, again it maintains rhythm. So guys, ventral respiratory group again is what? Is again the maintenance of the inspiration and expiration both. But here what? You have to study the question very carefully. Here it is mainly and solely causes inspiration. When this kind of questions comes, you have to read questions very carefully, and the answer is A, is dorsal respiratory group. How to remember this? So I have a very cute trick, you can say. ID means inspiration is regulated by dorsal respiratory group, ID. So guys, this is end of all 25 questions. I hope you enjoyed my tricks and my video. So guys, thank you so much for your effort and for your love given to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Never forget to subscribe my channel. I'll keep uploading many interesting things here. And thank you so much guys.